And Ozark with the first touch as Wolseley will set the offense against the 1-3-1 zone. Wolseley with a basketball comes over on the left wing to Harrod. Back up top, basketball comes to Shonda Bennett on the high post. Sarah Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer with the outlet to Bennett. Back to Pfeiffer. Force up a shot, no good. Rebound, Kristen Byler, and a quick foul is called on Ozark.
Strong rebound, Kristen Byler. Great job by the senior making her presence known right here in the opening second.
And Ozark in full court pressure as the foul is going to be called on Ozark and Leah Wolseley, her first, team's first. Full court pressure. Byler will inbound to Murphy. Back to Ginger. Ginger working off the dribble. Comes midcourt to Sublett. Lobs it down the right side to Sample. Cross court Miranda up and scores.
Great job
on the board. And Highland with a 2-0 lead here. 30 seconds into the Class 3A Girls Championship game. Leah Wolseley across the timeline for Ozark. Wolseley comes down on the right wing to Harrod. Harrod back outside to Wolseley. Highland with the definite height advantage. Pfeiffer at 6 foot, the only Ozark player over 5'10". Bennett controls on the right side. Bennett has the ball deflected, picked up by Wolseley. Back to Bennett. Fires a three, in and out, no good. Rebound, Highland and Miranda Evans. Evans with the outlet pass to Sublett. Andrea working off the dribble. Comes cross court to Sample across the timeline. Andrea out on the left wing. Comes back outside to Sublett between the circles. Sample spots up for three, left side. In and out, no good. Ball volleyed around, controlled by Sarah Pfeiffer. Here comes Ozark, 2-on-3 break. Pfeiffer goes in the paint, stops, loses the handle on the ball, picks it up, shoots no good. Rebound, Miranda Evans. Evans cleaning the glass for the Lady Rebs. Highland leading here 2-0. 90 seconds into this state championship action at Pine Bluff. Sublett across the timeline to Sample. Sample goes down low. Miranda, turnaround jumper won't go. Rebound, Miranda's got it. Loose ball on the floor. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Highland, according to referee Donald Duncan. Ozark with the basketball. Leah Wolseley will set the offense. The 5'5" senior. Sarah Pfeiffer comes over on the right wing. Wolseley with the basketball, left-handed. Comes to Bennett. Bennett spots up for three, nothing but net. Shonda Bennett nails 7 trays against the Cave City Cave women, and they put Ozark on the board here. 3-2 Ozark. Byler across the timeline. Byler spins, top of the key, gives to Murphy, down the lane, dumps it off to Miranda. Outside, Sublett for three. In and out, no good. Rebound, Ozark. And Tracy Harrod. Harrod quickly off the block across the timeline. Harrod out between the circles. Pass comes on the right wing to Shonda Bennett. Bennett with a basketball, working off the dribble, top of the key. Skip pass, stolen away, Kristen Byler. Ahead to Sublett, and a breach-in foul on Ozark. Leslie, they're going to let these players play.
Great hustle play by Kristen Byler there on the floor like she has been her whole career. Came up with the ball, dished it to Sublett, got the foul. Great job there.
Second team foul against Ozark. And the foul called on 32, Shonda Bennett. That's her first. And Sample will be inbounding here in front of the media table. We're at center court here at the Pine Bluff Convention Center. Sample down the lane. Baseline jumper won't go, but a foul calls on Ozark.
Great job by Allison taking it to the hole, drawing the foul.
Foul is on Sarah Pfeiffer. That's her first.
Need to keep taking it in front of her. Maybe we can get her into foul trouble and out of the game.
Sample on the foul line. Shot is up good. Lady Rebels shooting 81% in state tournament play from the foul line. Leslie, 74 of 91.
That shows how focused and confident they are on the line.
Second shot for Allison is up. No good, and the rebound controlled by Ozark. We're tied at 3, 5:15 to go in the first. Bennett across the timeline. Top of the key gives to Wolseley, right back to Bennett. Ozark very sharp with the passes. Pfeiffer can't get open. She's shaking her head no as Byler fronts her. Miranda behind Sarah Pfeiffer. Pass comes right side to Bennett. Bennett won't pull the trigger. Gives to Wolseley. Wolseley back over on the left wing to Shonda Bennett. Bennett with the dribble. Pass comes down low on the baseline to Harrod. Back outside to Bennett. Bennett skip pass to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer in the lane goes up, scores, and draws the foul.
Can't let her inside the defense like that. The Lady Rebels have done a great job this early in the game of really spreading the offense out for Ozark. They're really getting in the passing lanes, making them back up a little bit. But it just takes one pass to get inside that 1-3-1. We need to shut off the passing lanes, not let her have the ball.
First foul on Miranda Evans as Pfeiffer completes the old-fashioned three-point play, and Ozark leads by the score of 5-3. Murphy with the basketball, lobs it across the timeline to Sample. Cross court to Byler. Back outside to Sublett. High post to Murphy. In the paint. Shot won't go. Rebound saved by Byler. Goes up one-handed. Shot won't go. Ball volleyed around. Controlled by Ozark and Sarah Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer's going to push it across the timeline. In the paint. Pull-up jumper. No. Rebound Ozark, and Woolsey trying to come outside. Falls down. Maintains possession. Now Sublett will tie up the basketball. Highland very aggressive. And the alternating possession arrow is with Highland.
And they're going to have to be tough. You can tell this is going to be a physical game. Ozark's physical. Highland's bringing their physical. They need to really be tough and be strong with the basketball on both ends.
Full court pressure by Ozark as Murphy will inbound to Byler. Kristen on the right side to Murphy. Murphy across the timeline to Sample. Sample goes down the lane. Stops, pops. Shot won't go, and a foul called on Ozark will put Allison back on the line.
Good job, Allison.
Foul is going to be called on number 11, Kincleve, and that will be the first foul on Kincleve and the 14th foul on Ozark. 6-3 is the score. Ozark with the lead and 4:11 to go in the first quarter. 6-4, Allison Sample with a free throw. Allison 2 of 3 from the foul line here. Again, Viola has won the Class A boys title, 59-52 over Delight. Congratulations to Coach Dion Hargrove and the Longhorns. Hopefully we can bring you another state title winner here this afternoon. Sample with a free throw. 6-5, Lady Revs trailing by 1. Across the timeline is Leah Woolsey. Woolsey over on the right side, Shonda Bennett. Bennett goes down low for Pfeiffer, and a steal by Sample, and a reach-in foul on Shonda Bennett.
Allison Sample, great play, girl. Came up behind her from the defense, didn't know she was coming, grabbed the ball, foul on Ozark. Allison's doing a great job here early.
2-2-1 zone press being applied by Ozark, and a substitution, the first of the game. Amber Bailey, a 5'5 sophomore, will check in for Bennett, the 5'6 junior. Inbound pass to Sublett, down the floor, Sample. Sample all alone right side, shot won't go. Rebound Sarah Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer off the block across the timeline. Pfeiffer tries to penetrate, stops, cut off by Byler, and now a foul is going to be called on Kristen Byler. First foul on Kristen, second team foul on the Lady Revs.
Looks like it's on Sublett there. They did a great job of getting back. They just need to stay strong and take the charge.
First foul on Sublett. And we've got 3:44 to go here in the first quarter. 6-5, Ozark with the lead. Pfeiffer on the line. The shot is good. Well, about this time last year, Ozark was defeating Valley View for the 3A girls title. So again, a Region 2 finalist against Ozark for the state championship. Shot is up and good by Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer with 5. Ozark leads 7-5. As Murphy with the basketball, 8-5. Ozark. Sublett across the timeline, right side to Sample. Sample comes cross court to Murphy. Baseline jumper, good for Ginger.
Rebels are shooting great here in the postseason. Just another example. Ginger, stop, pop, 2 points.
8-7. Lady Revs down by 1. Wolseley will set the offense. Highland stays in the 1-3-1. Try to sag the defense to protect against Pfeiffer. And now almost a steal by Byler. Ozark maintains possession. Pfeiffer comes left side. Shot by Wolseley is going to be short. The rebound fought for. Ball goes out of bounds. Foul call on Sarah Pfeiffer, number 2.
You can credit Ginger Murphy for that. Did a great job of getting strong up there on the board. She was blocking out. Sarah Pfeiffer reached up.
There are some rumors or scuttlebutt earlier about maybe a little trash talking by Ozark to some of the Lady Rebels. We'll see if that comes back to haunt the Lady Billies. Sublett with the basketball across the timeline. Highland can take the lead here, trailing 8-7. Murphy with a head fake down on the baseline. Stop, score!
Ginger Murphy, she's brought her A game, and hopefully so have the rest of the Lady Rebels. Great job here in the state finals. They're here to win it today.
9-8, Highland with the lead. And Wolseley with the basketball across the timeline. Woolsey up top of the key. Highland staying in the 1-3-1. Wolseley shoots the ball short. Rebound Highland and Ginger Murphy. Murphy with the basketball will bring it across the timeline to Andrea Sublett. Sublett will set the offense. 2.5 minutes to go in the first half. Sublett up top of the key. Comes deep on the left side. Sample spots up for 3. Shot won't go. Rebound saved by Evans outside. Sublett launches the 3. No good. Ball volleys high off the iron, and it's controlled by Ozark and Sarah Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer across the timeline to Tracy Harrod. Harrod out between the circles to Leah Woolsey. Woolsey with the basketball. Comes on the right wing for Bailey. Back outside to Woolsey. Down on the baseline to Tencleve. Cross court it comes Bailey. Bailey tries to penetrate. Cut off. Comes cross court again to number 12. That's Tracy Harris. Ozark's got to reshuffle the offense. This Lady Rebel 1-3-1 is causing problems. Bailey deep in the corner to Wolseley. Highland fans making noise as Ozark tries to penetrate. Pass comes in the paint. Pfeiffer triple team, lays it up. It's good. Count it and give her a free throw.
That was close. That was just a small, touchy reach-in foul there. It was a close call. The Lady Rebels can make a quick adjustment, and that won't happen anymore.
Highland fans wanted a walk, but no whistle. Pfeiffer finishes. And now Pfeiffer with a chance for a three-point play. The foul was on Kristen, her first, and Pfeiffer gets the three-point opportunity.
I don't think we need to put her on the free throw line very much.
8 points for Pfeiffer. Ozark 29 points per game. This Ozark club very good with Pfeiffer in the lineup. Very mediocre without her, and now Kristen Byler takes a baseline pass, lays it up, scores, and draws the foul.
Kristen Byler says, take that, Ozark. I can do it myself.
We're tied at 11, and Kristen's on the foul line at a substitution. Catherine Fate, a 5'8 senior, will check in for Coach Ron Rippey. Coach Rippey, the outstanding coaches in the state. You know him of the golf program at Ozark. They've got an excellent girls golf program. But they did win 3 state championships back-to-back. Kristen Byler, and the free throw is up. It's too strong, and the rebound Fate. So Fate gets right into the action. The outlet pass comes to Harrod. Harrod across the timeline. Comes down to Bailey, deep in the corner, left side. Pass underneath for Pfeiffer, stolen away by Sublett. Here comes Andrea with 1:10 to go in the first quarter. Sublett out on the right side. Cross-court pass to Allison Sample. Sample working off the dribble, gives to Murphy. Ginger in the paint, dumps it off to Byler. Kristen goes up, shot won't go. Rebound Miranda goes up, no good. Ball tipped up by Byler, no good. Rebound Miranda's got it underneath, goes up, no good. And a rebound to Ozark. Oh, Highland missed an opportunity right there. Wolseley across the timeline, right side. Wolseley with a basketball out on the wing, gives to Bailey on the baseline. Bailey back outside to Wolseley. Thought about the three, goes underneath for Fate. Back outside to Harrod. Harrod fronted by Byler, goes inside to Pfeiffer. Can't penetrate. Outside, Wolseley for three.
Still, they did a great job inside on Pfeiffer. If they could just keep the pressure on her, make her dish it out, I think we'd rather have that. Let them shoot it outside. Maybe they'll miss a few here to come.
15 seconds to go, first quarter. Highland holding the ball, down 14-11. Sample out on the wing, 8 seconds, 7 seconds. Sublett gets open on the baseline for three. Won't go. Rebound Byler to Sample for three at the horn. No good. And Ozark leads 14-11 after one. Back in 1 minute on the river. And Ozark with the basketball as Fate will be inbounding here at midcourt to Leah Wolseley. Wolseley will set the offense. Wolseley out between the circles. Highland in the 1-3-1. Wolseley comes left side. Harrod down on the baseline to Bailey. Back outside to Harrod. Harrod works up top of the key. Gives to Fate on the left side. Fate with a basketball. Comes over on the right wing to Wolseley. Stops, pops, banks it home. And Leah Wolseley with 5. And Ozark now goes on top by 5, 16-11. And we've got a basketball or something, one of those plastic balls is falling out on the floor. Tell you what, it's like a circus, Leslie, out on the mezzanine out there. They're selling T-shirts, basketballs, peanuts, popcorn, cotton candy. Sublett across the timeline to Murphy up top of the key. Murphy fronts the basket. Murphy spins in the paint. Turnaround jumper won't go. Rebound Miranda puts it on the floor, goes up, and the shot won't fall for Miranda. The outlet pass, Pfeiffer with a rebound to Wolseley. Wolseley across the timeline. Gives to Fate deep in the corner right side. Underneath Pfeiffer in the paint, being triple team, and she gets the ball. Wolseley right back to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer dumps it off to Harrod in the corner. Harrod with a basketball out on the left side. Harrod, top of the key. Comes on the left wing to Bailey. Bailey with a basketball. Bailey gives to Harrod. Harrod comes back on the right wing for Wolseley. Wolseley with the ball deep in the corner. Shot put up by Fate. Won't go, and the rebound, Ginger Murphy. Murphy with the outlet to Andrea Sublett. Sublett with a basketball across the timeline. You got some first quarter stats there, Leslie. Underneath, Byler with a pass from Murphy. Shot rejected by Pfeiffer, out of bounds. We got stats coming at us here about every 5 minutes thanks to the Pine Bluff commercial.
That's great.
And substitution is Byler is out of the game, and Leah Street will check in for Highland. Rebels going to have to be very aggressive here, down by 5 with possession. Sublett, cross-court Sample on the left wing. Sample, baseline, goes up, shot won't go, and draws the foul. Allison taking it right into the teeth of that Ozark D.
Exactly what she needs to do, taking it in. She's getting fouled every time. Keep herself on the free throw line.
Ginger Murphy comes over talking to Coach Harlan Davis. Been quite a run for these Lady Revs. They're trying to go 4-0 in state tournament play and bring home a state title to Sharp County as Sample misses the free throw. Allison now shooting 3 of 5 from the charity stripe, and a substitution for Ozark. Shonda Bennett is back in the game in place of Tracy Harris. Allison Sample on the line. Sample dribbles the basketball. It's airborne, nothing but net. Allison with 4. Lady Revs trail by 4, 16-12. 6:15 to go first half. Girls 3A state championship action from the Pine Bluff Convention Center. Wolseley across the timeline. Pfeiffer tries to penetrate, stops in the paint, shot rattles out. Loose ball picked up by Allison Sample. Sample coming across the timeline, coast to coast, goes in the paint, is knocked down, and a foul called on Ozark. Allison Sample was taking the ball to the cup.
What can you say? We said great job 5 times. She continues. Take the ball to the hole. She's doing a great job being aggressive.
Leslie, the one thing that Coach Gary Cooper and I got here, you actually watched the 4 games yesterday, and now this is the 4th game we're seeing today. You got to be aggressive in the state tournament.
Absolutely.
And they will let you play. Allison Sample with a free throw, rattles out, and the rebound controlled by Sarah Pfeiffer. The outlet to Leah Woolsey. Highland needs a stop on D. Pass comes left side to Bailey. Back outside to Woolsey. Number 10 on her uniform back. Dishes to Pfeiffer in the paint. Stops, pops, it drops. 12 points for Pfeiffer and Ozark for their biggest lead at 18-12. And now Highland needs to put the ball in the hole here. 5:40 to go first half. Byler will get back. 3, no good. Rebound Sample. Goes underneath. Shot won't go. Rebound Evans. Miranda flat-footed, loses the ball, breaks it up, and scores. But 3 seconds in the lane call on Highland.
Wow, I thought that was going to be Pfeiffer's 3rd foul right there.
Miranda's out of the game. Kristen Byler will check in. Miranda shooting off balance here, and her shot just won't drop here in the first half. It looks like Miranda might have got hit in the face. Wolseley with a basketball across the timeline. Pass comes on the right side for Bennett. Bennett spots up for 3. It's short. Rebound Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer. Fadeaway jumper good. And Coach Harlan Davis needs a TO. He's got one. With 5:08 to go in the first half, Ozark leading Highland 20-12. We're back in a half minute on the river. Back here at the Pine Bluff Convention Center, Bragg and Bragg with the Class 3A state championship action. Highland trailing Ozark 20-12. 5 minutes to go first half. Lady Revs with the ball. Sublett rolls the top of the key. Sublett goes down on the baseline to Sample. Strips of the ball out of bounds. Highland will have possession. A foul is called. Allison will be on the line. Foul is called on Leah Woolsey. That's her 2nd. Boy, we need that 3rd one on Pfeiffer here before the half ends.
You bet.
Sarah Pfeiffer, outstanding player, MVP of the state tournament last year when Ozark won it all. And the shot by Sample is good.
That's exactly what we need. Keep drawing the fouls, and we need to really make up on the free throw line.
Highland trying to keep another state title in the Tri-County area. Viola's captured the Class A championship. Allison's free throw is good. And the Lady Revs right now pull within 6. 4:50 to go first half. Leah Woolsey with a basketball across the timeline. Woolsey top of the key. Gives to Bailey deep in the corner. Bailey outside to Bennett. Down low for Fate. Walks with a basketball.
Credit gets who? Allison Sample up there with a quick defensive feat. Scared her. She walked. Great job.
Highland with the basketball. Sublett will bring it across the timeline. Andrea averaging 12 points on the season. Goes down low, and the pass for Leah Street. Walk with the basketball. Turnover against Highland. Ozark with possession right here as Sarah Pfeiffer comes over and talks to the official. Wonder what that conversation was all about. Woolsey across the timeline for the Lady Billy. Pass comes on the left side to Bennett. And now Sublett kicks the pass, and Ozark will inbound over here in front of our broadcast position. Fourth state tournament meeting since 1991 between Ozark and Highland. Of course, the Rebels with a 2-1 series advantage in football in the 98-99 seasons over the Billies. Bailey with the basketball out on the right side. Athletic programs of these schools somewhat mirror each other. Pfeiffer loses the handle on the ball. It's stolen away. Leah Street.
Great job, Lady Rebel defense.
Street with the outlet to Murphy. Across the timeline to Sublett. Sublett down on the right side. Stop, pop, 15-footer good for Andrea
Great job.
Sublett. We need to get Andrea in the offense. That's her first bucket. It's 20-16. Highland now on a 4-0 run. Woolsey across the timeline. Ball, high post to Pfeiffer. Skips it in the corner. Shot put up by Bennett from three-point land. Shonda Bennett nails her second spray. And Ozark up by 7. There's second time they've led by 7 points. Across the timeline, Sublett. Sample on the left wing. Back to Sublett, top of the key. Sublett trying to penetrate. Cut off by Bennett. Lobs it down on the baseline to Byler. Kicks it out to Sample. Three-pointer on the wing. There's nothing but Bennett. Listen to the Rebel fans. They're here in record numbers, and Highland has kept the lead to 4. 23-19 Ozark. Woolsey across the timeline. 3-minute mark of the first half. Bailey with the basketball. Shonda Bennett, who's nailed 2 threes, gives to Pfeiffer on the high post. Baseline, three-point shot put up no good by Woolsey, and the rebound, Ginger Murphy. Murphy with the basketball. Boy, a bucket would loom big here for the Lady Rebs. They're all big in this one. This is the state championship. You can't play after today. Sample out on the left wing. Sample spins, goes in the paint, dumps it off to Kristen. 15-footer won't go, and the rebound stolen away by Ozark and Catherine Fate. The outlet to Leah Woolsey. Left-hander comes across the timeline. Entry pass for Pfeiffer. A reach-in foul on Ginger Murphy. First foul on Ginger. And that's going to be team foul number 5 on Highland. 2:23 to go first half. 23-19. The Lady Rebels trail. Leah Street's out of the game, and now Miranda Evans back in. Highland's original 5 on the floor. And they are encircling Sarah Pfeiffer. Bennett launches a 3 on the inbound pass right side. No good. Rebound Bennett. Goes up. No good. Rebound Miranda. Evans looking for the outlet. Here it comes to Andrea Sublett. Sublett across the timeline for the Lady Rebels. Sublett with the basketball comes left side to Allison Sample. Cross court, Sublett launches the 3 right wing. Nothing but net. And the Lady Rebs have pulled within 1.
Andrea Sublett, great shot, great shot.
23-22 Ozark. Woolsey across the timeline for the Lady Billies. Woolsey out between the circles. Woolsey, skip pass comes right side for Catherine Fate. Coach Harlan Davis. Woolsey, entry pass to Pfeiffer down the lane. Shot won't go. Rebound. Ginger Murphy. And Highland can take the lead on this possession. Lady Rebels right now on a 6-0 run. Sublett across the timeline to Sample, left wing. Sample comes across the top of the key. Sublett all alone for 3 in the corner. Won't go. Rebound Ozark. Leah Woolsey, 1:10 to go first half. Ozark by 1. Woolsey with the basketball. Gives to Pfeiffer, around Byler, in the paint, double team, shot won't go, whistle, and a foul call on Ginger Murphy, her second.
We almost had a charge there, Dad. They're getting closer and closer. Maybe in the second half they can come out and get their feet set and take the charge all the rest of the game.
14 points for Sarah Pfeiffer, 4 for 4 from the foul line. Pfeiffer on the line, the free throw is up, count. 5 points for Pfeiffer this quarter. And a couple of substitutions will check in for Ozark as Fate is going to come out of the game. Heidi Helms, a 5'10 senior, will check in. Pfeiffer's free throw, it's up, hits the lip of the rim, comes off, rebound Ginger Murphy. Murphy with the out to Sublett. Sublett across the timeline. Inside a minute to go first half. Sample on the left wing. Back to Sublett. High post to Ginger. Fronts the basket. Lobs it down low to Miranda. Ball knocked away. Is saved by Byler. Now a jump ball is called and possession arrow. Possession arrow is with Highland. Governor Mike Huckabee, the keynote speaker at the girls and boys dinner banquet here on Thursday night. Been a fun weekend for all of these teams. 10 champions being crowned this weekend here in Pine Bluff. Sublett to Byler underneath. Ginger spins in the lane and scores. 6 points for Ginger Murphy. We're tied at 24. 35 seconds to go first half. Woolsey across the timeline. Woolsey. Pfeiffer is out of the game. They're going to save Pfeiffer for the second half with 2 fouls. Shonda Bennett, top of the key. So 29 points per game is sitting on the Ozark bench. Highland trying to take advantage. 15 seconds to go. Turning up the defensive pressure. Bennett, top of the key. Ozark can't penetrate. Bennett being closed off by Sublett. Helms to Bennett. Pass comes right side. Woolsey fires a 3, no good. Ball volleyed around. The horn sounds, ending the first half of play. We're deadlocked at 24. Highland and Ozark, listen to the Rebel fans. The momentum is certainly with the red and gray. Ozark with the basketball. Highland with their original 5. Back out on the floor. Woolsey will set it up top of the key. Gives to number 12. That's Tracy Harrod on the left wing. Back outside to Shonda Bennett, who's nailed 2 trays. Woolsey goes underside to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer tries to spin on the baseline. Top, pop, shot won't go. Rebound, Allison Sample. Sample with the outlet to Andrea Sublett. The sophomores again making their presence known here at the Pine Bluff Convention Center. Sublett goes down low to Byler. Gets it back outside to Sublett. Back to Byler, down low. Baseline jumper won't go. Rebound, Miranda goes up, won't go. Highland with 2 good looks and 2 misses, and the rebound control to Ozark. Bailey to Harrod, and the ball knocked away out of bounds, kicked out of there by Kristen Byler. Leslie, the old coach, always says first 3 minutes of the second half, most important time of the game.
Ozark did a great job the first half, and they're continuing right now. They're really pushing Miranda underneath the basket. She's not having a good look up there on the glass. If anyone at home is wondering why she's having trouble connecting so far, they're pushing her under there pretty good.
Inbound pass comes to Woolsey. 3-point shot put up by Bennett, left side, no good. The rebound is saved by Tincleve. Goes underneath to Pfeiffer, lays it up and scores. Pfeiffer with 17, and Ozark takes the lead 26-24 here as we get the second half underway. Sublett across the timeline for the Lady Rebels. Pass comes high post to Murphy. Stop, pops, 15-footer, won't go, rims off. Rebound, Sarah Pfeiffer. Ozark will push it. Pfeiffer comes across the timeline. Pfeiffer down underneath. Shot put up no good by Bailey, and the finish by Sarah Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer with 19. Highland can't let Pfeiffer take over the basketball game. Ozark scored the first 4 of the second half. Sublett across the timeline. Sample, baseline jumper, good. Allison answers with a deuce. 8 points for Sample.
She says, if you're not going to foul me, I'll just make it on my own without the free throw.
Woolsey with the basketball across the timeline. Woolsey out between the circles. Highland stays in that 1-3-1. That's got him here. You go with what brung you. With the basketball, Tracy Harrod out on the left wing. Skip pass to Tincleve. Outside to Pfeiffer with a head fake. Down the lane. Stops, pop, shot won't go, and a foul called on Highland. Lady Rebels look a little flat-footed here.
Get up, get on the feet, get going.
That was on Miranda.
Defense was a huge key there in the first half to staying with them and leading in part of the first half. They got great defense, and they were really moving their feet and stopped them. They were there before even the passes were sometimes.
Second foul on Miranda, and the free throw up and in by Sarah Pfeiffer, and she's got 20 of Ozark's 29. Shot is up, and it rims off no good. Rebound, Ginger Murphy. Murphy with the outlet pass. Sublett back to Murphy across the timeline. Ginger goes down on the baseline, kicks it outside to Sublett. Back to Ginger on the right side. 15-footer, Ginger Murphy, good!
Ginger Murphy is being lights out here in the postseason from outside. She can catch it anywhere on the floor, and she's ready to shoot. She's doing a great job.
Ginger averaging 19 in postseason play, averages 50. Woolsey across the timeline. Woolsey out on the right side. Woolsey stops, gives to Pfeiffer, backs down low. Shot over Miranda, good. Sarah Pfeiffer with 23, and Ozark leads 31-28. Highland with the basketball. Sublett across the timeline. Sublett between the circles, gives to Murphy. 15-footer in front of the basket. Good.
Perfect.
Well, the go-to players for both of these teams are who's going to carry it all the way into the state title. Somebody's going to go home with the hardware here from Pine Bluff, and Sarah Pfeiffer and Ginger Murphy are taking it to their opposition, and now a reach in the mouth as the Rebels come across the timeline. Sublett with the basketball. Sublett up top to Ginger. Pass for Byler, tipped away by Ozark, stolen to the Lady Billies. Harrod with the basketball ahead to Woolsey. Woolsey across the timeline. Woolsey on the high post to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer tries to penetrate, cut off.
Jump ball.
Jump ball is called, and the Ozark fans are livid. We'll take it. Red team has the basketball.
Ozark wants a foul. Holland wants a walk, but we do have the ball either way.
Ozark here in the state title game. Greenland and Portsmouth Northside have already won championships. Harrison has won a championship. Girls basketball is alive and well in North and West Arkansas. Murphy up top. Ginger stops, pops. 15-footer won't go. Ginger knocked down, no foul. Woolsey with a rebound. Woolsey across the timeline. Gives to Harrod on the left side. Harrod. Tracy Harrod. Back up top to Leah Woolsey. Pfeiffer posting up high. Bennett spots up for three in the corner. Nothing but net. Shonda Bennett nails her third tray. And Ozark leads 34-30. Sublett across the timeline here. Highland has only managed 6 points here in the second half. Byler down on the baseline to Ginger. Ginger through the lane. Stops, pops. Shot is short. Murphy tries to save it. Ball goes out of bounds. And last touch by the Lady Rebels as Ozark will be inbounding. Shonda Bennett will trigger the break. 3:11 to go, third quarter. Crunch time here. 3A Girls Championship action at the Pine Bluff Convention Center. Woolsey across the lane. Woolsey goes down low to Pfeiffer. Turnaround jumper is good for Sarah Pfeiffer. 9 for Pfeiffer this quarter, 24 in the game, and Coach Harlan Davis wants to call a timeout. Ozark leads Highland 36-30, 2:56 to go, third quarter. We're back in a minute on the river. I was going to say, I'm glad you used up your eligibility. You're nervous as a fruitcake over here. Murphy with the basketball up top of the key, goes in the lane, dumps it off to Byler. Turnaround jumper won't go, and the rebound control to Ozark. Kristen had a good look. It just wouldn't go down. Ozark with the basketball down low, shots it up. Bennett on the baseline. It's good. 11 points for Shonda Bennett. And Ozark with their biggest lead at 38-30. Highland needs to put the ball in the hole here. 2:25 to go in the third. Sublett tries to penetrate down on the baseline. Stops, pops, shot is short. Rebound comes to Ozark. And a reach-in foul is going to be called on Kristen Byler. Byler drilled Kincleave to the floor. Kristen with her second personal. And that's going to be team foul number 2 on the Lady Rebs, and another timeout call. With 2:18 to go in the third, the Lady Billies leading the Lady Rebs by 8. We're back in a minute on the river. Leading Highland by 8 points. Lady Rebs need a stop on D here. 2 minutes. Highland by 8 points. Lady Rebs need a stop on D here. 2 minutes to go, third quarter. Woolsey left side. Bennett, top of the key for three. Rattles out, no good, and the rebound. Allison Sample. Sample with the outlet to Andrea Sublett. Sublett is going to go long down the floor to Evans. Back outside to Sublett. Ball works on the left wing to Sample. Sample. Off the dribble to Byler, right back to Kristen, back to Allison. Allison spins left side, lays it up, no good, whistle, and a foul called on Ozark will put Allison Sample on the line, and the foul is on number 10, Leah Woolsey.
While we're here in free throw position, we want to send out a special birthday wish to Deborah Ball, who I'm sure is listening right now. Big Rebel fan. That's from Amanda and RW. They're here enjoying the game. They said, tell Mom happy birthday.
And happy birthday to Deborah Ball as Allison Sample hits the free throw. 9 points for Allison. One more opportunity, nothing but net. 10 points for Allison Sample. Lady Rebs back within a half dozen. 38-32 and 1:34 to go in the third quarter. Wolseley with a basketball across the timeline for Ozark. We understand we've got hoops listening parties all over the area, and a steal by Highland. Byler ahead to Murphy. To Sublett. Coast-to-coast layup finish.
And we're back in it.
Sublett.
We were never out of it, but we're definitely back in it. 4 points.
38-34. Wolseley across the timeline. Highland turning up the defensive pressure and a steal. Wolseley throws it away. Another turnover by Ozark. Highland with the basketball. Sublett across the timeline. High post to Ginger. Murphy by Sublett to Ginger. Pull-up jumper right side. Nothing to net. 12 for Ginger Murphy. The Lady Rebs within 2. Inside a minute to go. Third quarter. Timeout, Ozark. Listen to the Rebel fans. Highland. Ozark with a basketball. Wolseley will set the offense. 40 seconds to go, third quarter. Tincleve out on the left wing, gives to Harrod. Harrod comes up top of the key, back over to Tincleve on the wing, holding the basketball. Cross court to Bennett. Wolseley tries to shake loose on the baseline, gives to Pfeiffer. 15-footer in front of the basket, good. Or Sarah Pfeiffer gets the basketball. She is automatic. 40-36 Ozark. Sublett across the timeline to Sample. 15 seconds to go. Down low, Miranda. Miranda spins. Ball is rejected by Pfeiffer. Picked up by Sample. Shot won't fall. Saved by Byler. Goes out of bounds. Ozark with possession. And 9.5 seconds to go, third quarter, with the Lady Billies on top. 40-36. Shonda Bennett will inbound, and now Murphy will apply some pressure on Wolseley. Wolseley across the timeline to guess who? Pfeiffer in the lane, goes underneath, shot is up and good. Highland with the inbound. Sublett can't get the shot away, and the third quarter ends with a score. Ozark 42, the Highland Lady Rebels 36. Don't go away. An exciting fourth quarter in 1 minute on the river. Minutes to go in this Class 3A Girls State Championship game. Ozark with the ball. Highland a steal. Sublett with a deflection to Murphy. Murphy goes underneath. Scores! And it's fouled!
She's on the ground, but she still has time to give the Rebel fans a high five. Great job, Ginger Murphy.
14 for Ginger. And Murphy's on the line. Ginger a little slow getting up. Ginger looks like he's going to be able to walk it off. The foul is going to be called on number 12. That's Tracy Harris. Murphy on the line for Highland. Can pull the Lady Rebs within 3. It's short. Rebound. Pfeiffer had it. Loses it. Highland flashes for the steal. Comes up short. Here comes Ozark in the front court. Harrod with a basketball out on the left wing. Harrod deep in the corner, in trouble. Gets the pass away to you-know-who. Pfeiffer controls out on the left side. Pfeiffer goes down on the baseline. Kicks it off to Bennett for 3 in the corner. No good. Rebound Tincleve. Saves it to Wolseley. Spots up for 3 right side. No good. Rebound Ozark. Highland just can't get the ball. Pfeiffer backs underneath. Dumps it off to Tincleve. Lost the ball out of bounds. And now the Lady Rebels will get it. And Leah Freed is going to check into the game for Kristen Byler. Highland with possession, trailing 42-38. We've only had one player for Ozark shoot free throws, and that's Pfeiffer. Murphy up top of the key, fronts the basket, goes in the lane, stops, pops, shot won't go. Rebound, Miranda's drilled to the floor, and a foul is going to be called on Ozark and Leah Wolseley. Fourth personal foul on Leah Wolseley. Team foul number 3 on Ozark. 7 minutes to go. 42-38. Highland down by 4. The winner is the 3A girls champion. Sample inbounds Murphy in the lane. Hook shot won't go. Rebound Leah Street goes up, is rejected. Ball is knocked away out of bounds. Highlands basketball. Sample will inbound on the baseline. Highland will run the high stack. Ball goes low to Miranda. Shot too strong, and the rebound controlled to Bennett. Shonda Bennett across the timeline. Gives on the right side to Bailey, who's checked in the game. Back up top to Bennett. Back over to Bailey on the right wing. Bailey maintains the dribble. Ball stolen away. Sublett. Andrea across the timeline. One-on-one. Goes underneath. Shot won't go. Rebound Miranda up and scores. 4 points for Miranda Evans. It's a 2-point game.
4 big points.
Ozark wants a timeout. Listen to the Rebel fans. 6:24 to go in the game. 42-40 Ozark. Back in a half minute on the river. And looking good right now for Highland.
Great job. They're doing great. They're in a good position right here with 6.5 to go. And their momentum is going their way. Andrea's going to meet her girl at half court. Maybe we can get another steal here.
Bennett over on the right side. Gives to Herod, who's running the point with Wolseley on the bench. Pfeiffer, Tincleve, baseline jumper, good. That's probably only the 5th time Tincleve has even touched the ball. First time she scored. Puts Ozark up by 4. Sublett across the timeline. Sample on the wing to Sublett. High post to Murphy. Murphy down low to Miranda. Outside Sample for 3. Not in the net.
Puts them within 1. Big shot there, sophomore. Great job.
1-point lead for Ozark. Herod across the timeline to Pfeiffer. Highland only asking for a chance to win at the end. Herod. Pfeiffer on the high post. Triple team. Splits the defense. Goes underneath. Scores and draws the foul. Oh, my. 28 for Pfeiffer. She is outstanding. Counts the basket. Ozark goes up by 3. 5:34 to go in the game. And the foul is going to be called on. Well, they won't post it on the board. 31, that's Allison Sample, her first personal. And team foul number 3 on Highland. Both teams with 3 team fouls, and now the free throw up and good by Pfeiffer. She's got 29. 47-43 Ozark. Highland with possession. Sublett across the timeline. 5.5 minutes to go. Sample out on the wing. Basketball comes back up top to Sublett. Sublett down on the right side. Ball is knocked away from behind by Bennett. Down right in front of the Highland bench. Right in front of the statisticians over there, Miss Brooke Nienmeyer. Kristen Byler to Murphy. Down low to Miranda. Turn around jumper good. Count it. Give her a free throw. 6 points for Miranda. Counts the basket. Highland can pull within 1.
They need a break here. They need to make this free throw and get a stop on the defensive end.
Foul is going to be called on 33, Sarah Pfeiffer. That's her 3rd personal. Miranda on the line. Eyes the bucket. Shot is up good. 5 for Miranda this quarter. And Miranda with 7. It's a 1-point ball game. 5:10 to go for the girls 3A championship. Highland and Ozark at Pine Bluff. Herod across the timeline. High post to Pfeiffer. Outside, Bennett for 3. Won't go. Rebound, Kristen Byler. Here come the Lady Rebels with a chance to take the lead. Sublett across the timeline to Murphy. Murphy on the baseline. Dumps it off to Evans. Goes up. Shot won't go. Evans with a rebound. Byler with a basketball. It's tied up. Possession arrow is with Highland. Sample will inbound baseline left side. Murphy and Sublett will set up top with Evans and Byler on the low block. Crisscross. Sublett with the ball. Sample for the lead. Shot won't go. Ball knocked away out of bounds. Last touch by Kristen Byler. Ozark will have possession. 4:43 to go. 47-46. The Lady Rebs down by 1. Ozark, the 2-time defending 3A girls champion. Highlands try to repeat their first championship since 73. It's been since 92 they've been in the title game. Pfeiffer down on the base. Ball stolen away. Sample. The outlet to Byler. To Evans. To Sublett. And the Lady Rebels with possession, and again a chance to take the lead. Murphy lobs
Here it is.
to Sublett for three in the lead. It's good! Highland leads for the first time since early in the ball game. 49-47, 4 minutes to go. Ozark with the ball. Bennett to Bailey left side. Up top to Harrod. Pressure on Ozark. Harrod, foul line extended to Pfeiffer. Shot up and good by Sarah Pfeiffer.
We almost had a charge there by Allison Sample. Great job, Rebel defense. Let's keep it going. Keep it going.
31 for Sarah Pfeiffer. We're tied at 49. Highland with the ball. Sample out on the left side. Sample on the wing. Goes to the baseline. Dumps it out to Miranda. Shot up too strong. Loose ball. Controlled by Ozark out on the floor. Bennett across the timeline. Gives to Bailey. Bailey on the wing. Comes back up top to Harris. To Pfeiffer in the paint. Shot is up. No good. Foul called on Highland with 3:18 to go. Sarah Pfeiffer will be on the line. Pfeiffer with 31 points in the game. We're tied at 49. 3:18 to go in the 3A Girls Championship. The foul is on Byler. That's her third. Pfeiffer hits the free throw. Ozark regains the lead. And now Wolseley to Tracy Harris. The drama builds as Pfeiffer's free throw is up. It's good. And Ozark back up by 2. Highland, Ozark, championship of the 3A girls at Pine Bluff. Murphy, right side. Sublett for three. In and out, no good. Rebound. Byler's got it. Ball tipped away. Stolen away by Ozark. Highland misfires on that possession. Wolseley across the timeline to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer takes the ball in the paint. Stops. Pop shot won't go. Rebound Ginger Murphy. Murphy with a basketball brings it off the block. 2:45 to go in regulation. Murphy through the lane. Dumps it off to Miranda. Miranda back outside to Sample. Right wing to Sublett. Down low to Byler. Byler looking to penetrate. Now the ball swept away. Picked up by Murphy. Now swept away. Two Highland players collide. Bennett goes up left side and scores. 13 points for Bennett. And Ozark back up by 4. 2:20 to go. Sublett across the timeline. Sublett with a basketball to Sample. Highland's got to be very patient here. Sample down on the baseline. Down low to Evans. Outside to Sublett. Sublett with a basketball, top of the key. Sublett right side. Spots up for three. It's in and out, no good. Rebound, Miranda goes up. Shot is good. Miranda with 7 this quarter, 9 on the afternoon. Ozark with a basketball. Wolseley across the timeline. Wolseley gives to Pfeiffer. We've got 1:45 to go. Highland staying in the 1-3-1. Down by 2. Wolseley, top of the key. Wolseley gives to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer through the lane. Stops, pops, shot won't go, and a foul call on Highland with 1:37 to go. Called on 33, Ginger Murphy. That's her third. 31, Allison Sample. That's her second. Foul is not on Ginger, it's on Allison.
Actually, now we've got it. It's on Miranda. Her third.
It's on Miranda. It's her third. And the shot by Pfeiffer is no good. So the best Ozark can do with this possession is go up by 3. Pfeiffer eyes the iron. The shot is up. It rims off. Rebound Miranda Evans. So Ozark misfires. A minute and a half to go in the game. Highland with the ball, trailing by 2. Sample across the timeline. Ozark half-court man-to-man. Pass comes up top to Sublett. Lobs it to Murphy. Top of the key. Ginger with a head fake. Stop, pop, 15-footer. Good. We're tied. 16 for Ginger Murphy. Highland and Ozark tied with 1:10 to go in the game. Wolseley across the timeline. Wolseley, top of the key. Rolls the left side. You can bet the basketball's going to Pfeiffer. Top of the key, Pfeiffer goes underneath, forced up the shot, no good. Highland fans want to charge. Charging foul. We've got a Highland player down.
He's halfway up.
Offensive foul is called on Ozark. Sample is down. Sample is up. She's injured. A timeout's going to be called. Allison is walking off. And Sublett will walk it across the timeline. Highland's going to play a 3-guard front. They're going to spread the floor. The pressure on Ozark. Murphy holds the basketball in the center circle. Murphy comes left side to Sublett, and a foul called on Ozark with 38 seconds to go. Foul is on 32, Shonda Bennett, her third personal foul. Well, we won one state championship today. Again, congratulations to those mighty Longhorns. Viola, the Class A boys champion. Don't get any better than this.
No way.
Byler will inbound at midcourt. Ball comes in the backcourt to Sample, to Murphy across the timeline. Highland running a 3-guard front with Murphy, Sample, and Sublett. Ozark has no fouls to give. Sublett right side to Murphy. Clock winding down, 25 seconds. Sublett will spread the floor right side to Ginger Murphy. Murphy down on the baseline. Comes up top to Byler, to Murphy. 15 seconds to go. Highland kicks it back out beyond the 28-foot line. High post pass Murphy. A steal by Ozark. Ball loose. Picked up by Sample. To Miranda. Lets it go for the game. No good. Byler goes up. Listen to the Rebel fans. Listen to them. Share the moment, you Rebel faithful. The Highland Lady Rebels are the 3A state champions. And the Rebel fans are celebrating in unison here. The girls have just thrown themselves into the fans here in the south end zone. What a chain of events. Highland had the basketball, a chance for a good shot, couldn't get it, lost the ball at midcourt. Evans picked it up, dished it to Byler, and Highland wins the game on the baseline jumper. 55-53, Ozark is dethroned. And not only do we have one, but now we have two state championships in the Tri-County area. Listen to the Rebel fans. Oh, my. What a setting. What a setting here at the Pine Bluff Convention Center. Highland is the 3A Girls State champion, winning 55-53. We'll come back with a Surf's Up Tanning and Nails post-game show in a minute.
from Boonville, Amy Swint. And now the 2002 state tournament girls class 3A most valuable player from Highland, Jennifer Murphy. Congratulations on a great tournament and season. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Danny Semple, Superintendent of Harrisburg, will present an autographed basketball to the winning coach, Coach Helen Gilbert.
The state champion, head coach of the Highland Lady Rebels, Coach Harlan Davis.
Man, you and I talk about how much I get on the radio and ramble. I probably ain't going to ramble much because I'm kind of lost for words because I tell you, it's exciting, boy, and as crazy as it got there at the end, the good Lord was shining up on us because it just kind of got crazy and just happened to happen the way it did.
Coach, Superintendent Ronnie Brogdon said a while ago, he said, well, it was a team effort because in that last 10 seconds, they all five touched the basketball.
Yeah, and about three of their girls, too.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't say that we won't try to give everybody an opportunity to touch it, but, I can't tell. That's what we was talking about over here with some other people a while ago. I know when Ginger touched it and the girl from Ozark touched the basketball, boy, Ginger, I thought, battled extremely hard not to let her have the breakaway layup and things. And I think Andrea, if I'm not mistaken, was out there to get her hand on it, and it finally got in Allison's hand. I told him, I said, I don't have any voice left, and maybe it's a good thing I didn't because I was over there trying to call a timeout when we got it.
I'm glad you didn't get it.
Really. And then, of course, I said there's a lot of crazy things about this is, we went around to shoot. We went to Washington Chapel this morning at 8:30, and we had a shoot around. And all we did was we did our same routine of shooting. We shot a lot of free throws. We didn't shoot free throws as well tonight as we did last week at Levy. But the girls, of course, we talked shot selection and breaking everything down inside out, and I huddled them up at the midcourt before we got finished. They thought we was about to be finished. I said, girls, this is the last shooting drill we're going to do this year right here. I said, everybody get your basketball. We're going to take a half-court shot right here. We're going to have a half-court shot until somebody hits one. Well, we had to go 2 rounds before Andrea Sublett finally hit one this morning. But when Miranda got the basketball out here at about 40 feet, and she pulls up, I'm thinking, oh, my goodness, this is just like we had it at Watson Chapel this morning. But the thing about it was, I didn't realize it was a passing drill. It wasn't a shooting drill, it was a passing drill. And she ricocheted it off the backboard to Kristen. Brings back memories of Cave City game when Kristen got the stick back on the missed free throw.
Coach Crystal Bradley brought that up, and we've got that highlight tape back at the radio station that I'm sure is going to get played a lot. But, to win a state tournament is one thing. To beat Goliath is another thing in Ozark, the 2-time defending state champs, and to win this maybe the way you did.
Well, I thought first half, we really played real well. We was getting shots that we wanted to get. We were just missing some shots. I'm sure the atmosphere, these goals, Coach Brogdon and I know talks a lot about it. These kids don't get to shoot in these portable goals out in the middle of nothing. But we was getting the shots we wanted. I really thought, I didn't think we was competing second half with as much heart. I thought we was playing a little bit scared when we got down 38-30. We extended our defense out a little bit there with Andrea and made some things happen. Andrea got a steal or two. The others, she forced some passes, and other girls got some touches and things. So it gave us a chance to get back in it, and then all of a sudden, once we got back in it, it seemed like, I'm sure that's just human nature. They kind of caught their second wind. Their spirits were lifted a little bit. Miranda was was struggling shooting the ball in early. And I know second half, though, and a lot of times Miranda's that way as far as something good happens, and boy, she can just turn around just like day and night. And she finally got a good touchdown here and scored over the top of the Pfeiffer girl. And I think she maybe even got fouled, if I'm not mistaken. And it kind of lifted her spirits up a little bit. Our defense seemed like got a little extra bounce in their steps and stuff, so everything just kind of happened from there.
Coach Gary Cooper, your comments for Coach Davis.
Well, Coach, like I say, you got an outstanding basketball team. You done an outstanding job with those kids this year. But when you get to where you are here tonight and to be crowned the state champions of AAA, like I say, you got to be good and got to have a little luck. And I tell you what, the Rebels had it all tonight, and I tell you, you've got to have them out there on the floor and get here, of course, before you can have that.
Well, you know, we talked about that. I know a lot of the people I've talked about that since the Ozark game last year, that we was realistic enough to know that, I mean, there's 10 or 12 or 15 teams in the state that's good enough to be here. And if the breaks happen, I think that the heart that this group has, the passion that they just get out and practice, and the focus that they've had, that they've made a lot of breaks happen. I know James was over with BB with us last week, and both times in the overtime games, they had the ball at the end of regulation. We had to have defensive stops, and we got those stops. Tonight we had it, and boy, I thought everything was going real good until they finally seemed like they got a stop. And yeah, it probably, you know, there wasn't a lot of skills and wasn't a lot of planning or anything that made that happen there at the end. But the kids have played so hard that you kind of put yourself in a position to get lucky or to make a break happen, and that's what happened. So we'll take it any way we can get it. And I'm super proud of this group of kids. Another thing that I've said, a couple things that makes me the most proud about them is how they've improved from the time they was junior high, when they was 8 and 10, when this bunch was junior high, and how this group has stuck together. I don't think, and I'm not saying it's because I've had some good, because I know the last 2 or 3 years we've had good, close-knit groups. But this group here is even more so. I mean, they don't care who scores points, who gets rebounds. They don't care who gets touches on defense, anything, as long as we accomplish things. And they deserve everything that they've got. I'm just proud they let me kind of come along with the ride and enjoy it with them.
You know, the state champion golf coach was kidding you a lot in the football press box during our broadcast last fall.
Yeah.
That he said he didn't think the Lady Rebels would lose a game.
So we proved him wrong, huh?
Yeah, he proved him wrong. You lost 4. But now we got a state champion girls basketball coach that can sit right across the lunch table from the state champion golf coach.
There you go. I'll enjoy that. And Stan, I was supposed to say, and I was supposed to say this last week when we was at BB, that we really have been beat 4 times. But his junior boys beat us. Before the season started, Stan, of course, being the mouth that he is sometimes, saying things that he does sometimes, we scheduled a little scrimmage, and it wasn't for the fun of it. It was really for the betterment of both of them. We thought that we could do some things for his junior boys, and he came out, and they did. They offered a lot of things that a lot of girls' teams presented for us, problems and things, and we had a lot of fun with it. And I think he beat us, though. Maybe we might be 30-something and 5. I don't know.
You know what, Coach? You couldn't play any more games than what you played. You ran the table in every tournament. Yeah. Every tournament you played in this year, you played the maximum number of games you could play in.
When I was sitting down here looking through the program, if I'm not mistaken, I think any football schools, even before tonight, I think we've won more basketball games than anybody else that was down here. And again, I mean, there's a lot of things that this group I'm proud for, but they've worked hard. They deserve it. No matter how they got it, Nobody can ever take it away from them. And always, I was going out to a dressing room, somebody said, Janet Wood come up and congratulate me from Mountain Home, and she said, boy, it's exciting, isn't it? I said, it's unbelievable. But she said, one of the greatest things about it is in 15 years, it'll still be just as exciting.
Right.
I mean, and for these kids, they could never anybody take this moment away from them. And even if they'd have come up a little bit short, you couldn't have come away from them. That's another thing I know. Rita, my wife, and I was visiting, and after last night, about 2 o'clock when I was laying there and hadn't gone to sleep yet, I told her, I said, you know, I really thought that if I ever had a chance in my coaching career just to get to this game, that, yeah, I mean, that's an accomplishment in itself, and I would be satisfied. But at the same time, too, I said, now that we've got here and we've watched, maybe it's because we watched some games yesterday and things, you don't want that chance to slip away from you. And if you can grasp that and get that state championship, that's just that next little carrot in front of you that you can be proud of. And so I'm proud for the kids because they've done a good job, and I'm excited for them. And maybe they can live this the rest of their life, and it'll always be a great moment.
Well, I told you last week, I've always been so proud to call you my daughter's coach. Never more proud of you than I was after that semifinal win last week. But I think just a fraction more proud now. It's so wonderful, and I know the countless hours and effort that you put into this, and I know I speak for the Rebel faithful who couldn't be here back home. And we're so proud of you and these girls for what you've done.
Well, we talked about this again last week at BB, and the winning is great, but the thing that has been the most exciting for me about all this stuff was seeing the excitement in these kids' eyes last week and seeing the excitement of everybody, parents, students. We had a pep rally, I know, before we left down here, and we had just a short pep rally, but they formed a spirit line, and as far as how excited it was unreal. We had as big a crowd. We had a bigger crowd here than we did in BB. You know, there's so many things, and so many people deserve a lot of credit for it. And again, I'm just super excited for the kids. I'm super excited for the school, and our parents, and our community. It's fun. Like I said, I hope they enjoy it and really appreciate it for really what it is, the accomplishment that it is.
We'll let you go and celebrate the moment again with your family and with the girls. And again, congratulations.
Well, thank you, Mr. Cooper. Being here, he still didn't jinx us. We talked about that last week, didn't we?
You told him to stay home.
And since we kind of
changed, to get him here.
Since we changed sites and changed atmospheres a little bit, we can make a few changes. Granted, though, somebody said that's the same clothes you had last week. I said, yeah, if you smell them, it kind of smells like BB. And that's not a dish of BB because everything was great at BB. But I've worn these clothes for about 3 or 4 ball games. I bet Mr. Cooper's done that kind of thing too before.
Absolutely, Coach. Absolutely. Well, listen, Coach Davis, again, we appreciate you. We congratulate you. And go celebrate, okay?
Thanks.
Have a wonderful time in Pine Bluff tonight. Thank you. Coach Harlan Davis, the state champion coach of the Highland Rebels, as the Rebels bring home the Class 3A girls title with a 55-53 win over the Ozark Lady Billies.